What you do right after you eat can have a bigger impact on your blood sugar than the meal itself. And most people miss this completely. I'm Julene Montgomery, holistic nutritionist and prediabetes specialist. In this video, I'll show you 6 simple exercises you can do at home to quickly bring blood sugar down after meals. Muscle is one of your greatest tools for controlling blood sugar because muscle movement pulls in glucose without the need for insulin. So muscles absorb glucose and help improve insulin sensitivity at the same time. Using and building muscle doesn't need to be intense or complicated, and you don't need to go to a gym or spend hours doing it. You should, however, always check with your doctor before starting a new exercise routine to make sure it's appropriate for you. So let's first talk about rebounding. Rebounding is simply gentle bouncing on a mini trampoline. And while it might look almost too easy to make a difference, it actually works extremely well for blood sugar. Because every time you bounce, your muscles are contracting and relaxing rhythmically. And those muscle contractions act like a sponge, pulling glucose out of your bloodstream and into your cells. And for many people, it's actually more sustainable than traditional exercise because it doesn't feel like a workout. I just got a rebounder and I was so surprised at how easy and even fun it is. So, how to do it, the basics. You don't need to jump high or do anything fancy. You start with gentle, controlled bouncing where you allow your own weight to create the movement rather than trying to bounce. Feet staying in contact with the surface if needed, health bounce. Hold onto a wall or support if balance is a concern. Even just a light bounce is enough to activate your muscles. Aim for 5 to 10 minutes at a comfortable pace where you can still breathe easily. This should feel doable, not exhausting. Okay, so when to use it? This is where it becomes really powerful. Use rebounding about 10 to 30 minutes after a meal. That's when blood sugar is starting to rise and your muscles can step in and help bring it back down. Even a short session here can make a noticeable difference. And rebounding has the added benefits of supporting circulation and lymphatic flow. And what I love about it is that it's indoors, which is great for cold winters or hot summers, and it's easy to watch a show while doing it. Now, if rebounding feels a little too light for you, let's move into something that activates even more muscle. Squats. You've probably heard me talk about squats in another video because of recent research that came out. Squats are one of the most effective movements you can do for blood sugar. Why? Because they target some of the largest muscles in your body, your glutes and thighs. And those muscles are major glucose storage sites. So when you activate them, especially after a meal, they can pull a significant amount of glucose out of your bloodstream. And the best part is you don't need weights to get the benefit. If traditional squats feel too difficult or uncomfortable, chair squats are a perfect place to start. Here's how. Stand in front of a chair, slowly lower yourself down until you lightly touch the chair, then stand back up. You can keep it partial range at first. You can use your hands on your thighs or a nearby surface for support. Focus on slow, controlled movement, pressing through your heels as you stand. Aim for about 8 to 12 reps, 1 to 3 rounds. Again, this should feel manageable, not overwhelming. Squats are especially effective about 10 to 30 minutes after a meal. Even doing a short set or two during that window can help reduce the post-meal blood sugar rise. And you don't need a full workout. Sometimes just 10 squats, a short break, then another 10 is enough to make a meaningful difference. Squats also have the extra benefit of helping support balance and stability, which can reduce fall risk. And if squats aren't a fit for you because of knee issues, here's an option you can do almost anywhere: walking or variations of walking. Most people have heard that walking is good for blood sugar, and that's true. But walking doesn't have to mean a trek around your neighborhood. There are faster and more convenient ways to do it right in your house. Walking works so well because it activates large muscle groups in your legs in a steady, rhythmic way. And just like we talked about with squats, those muscles can pull glucose out of your bloodstream and use it for energy. That's why even a short walk after a meal can significantly reduce a glucose spike. So think of this as a spectrum of options, all based on the same movement pattern. If you enjoy walking, a simple walk around your home or neighborhood works great. But if you're indoors or short on space, you can also just march in place. Keep your movement steady and continuous. If you want to increase the effect slightly, use step ups on a stair or a sturdy platform. Step up and down at a comfortable pace. The key is keep moving continuously, stay at a pace where you can still talk comfortably, which helps keep you in that zone 2 level. Aim for 5 to 10 minutes. You don't need long sessions to see benefits here. This is one of the most effective tools you can use right after meals, especially within that 10 to 30-minute window. This is when blood sugar is rising and your muscles can immediately help bring it down. Even short 5-minute sessions have been shown in research to make a noticeable difference. These walking variations also support circulation and energy levels without stressing your body. They're very accessible, no equipment is needed, and can be done anywhere, anytime. So those are great lower body options. Now let's bring in your upper body, which is often overlooked. Wall push-ups. These are a simple upper body exercise where you press your body away from a wall. And while most people focus on lower body for blood sugar, your upper body muscles matter too. When you engage your arms, shoulders, and chest, you're still activating muscle tissue that can pull glucose out of your bloodstream. So this becomes another tool to help lower blood sugar after meals, especially when combined with some of the lower body movements that we've already talked about. It also adds a strength component, which helps improve insulin sensitivity over time. So you start by standing a couple of feet away from a wall. Place your hands on the wall at about chest height. Slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest toward the wall. Then press yourself back to the starting position. You can adjust the difficulty by stepping closer to the wall, which makes it easier, or stepping farther away, which makes it more challenging. Focus on slow, controlled movement, keeping your body in a straight line. Aim for about 8 to 12 repetitions, 1 to 3 rounds. Wall push-ups work well about 10 to 30 minutes after a meal. And you can also pair them with something like squats or walking to get both upper and lower body involved. Wall push-ups have some really valuable added benefits too. They help build upper body strength, which many people lose over time. They support posture, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting. And importantly, they can help release anxiety and tension. That pushing movement can be very grounding for the body. It gives your nervous system an outlet, which can help reduce that wired or restless feeling that often comes with stress. And since stress hormones can raise blood sugar, that's another direct way this movement can help. Now, if you want something even simpler that you can sneak into your day without even thinking about it, calf raises. Calf raises are exactly what they sound like, lifting your heels up so that you're standing on your toes, then lowering back down. It may seem like a small movement, but it actually activates your calf muscles, which play an important role in circulation and glucose use. Your calves are sometimes called your second heart because they help pump blood back up through your body. And when you activate them, you're also helping move glucose out of your bloodstream and into your muscles. So stand upright, ideally near a counter or wall for support. Slowly lift your heels so that you're up on your toes. Pause briefly at the top, then lower back down with control. You can hold onto a surface for balance, start with both feet, and then progress to one foot if you want more challenge. Focus on slow, controlled movement. Full range, lifting all the way up and then lowering fully down. Aim for about 10 to 15 repetitions, 1 to 3 rounds. This is one of the easiest movements to fit into your day. After meals, especially within that 10 to 30 minute window, but it also works really well when you're already standing. For example, at the kitchen sink while you're cleaning up or waiting to cook something, standing at the counter. You can turn those everyday moments into something that supports your blood sugar. Calf raises also improve circulation, especially in the lower body, support balance and stability, and are extremely low impact and joint friendly. They're one of the easiest exercises to stay consistent with because you can do them almost anywhere. And finally, let's finish with one more simple movement that supports both your blood sugar and your posture. Resistant band rows. This exercise is a simple pulling movement that targets your upper back muscles. When you use resistance, even something as gentle as an elastic band, you're helping your muscles become more sensitive to insulin. That means your body can move glucose out of your bloodstream more efficiently, not just after meals, but throughout the day. So this isn't just about immediate blood sugar support, it's also about improving your long-term metabolic health. You can do this seated or standing. You hold a resistance band with both hands. Anchor it around your feet or a stable object and pull the band toward your torso, squeezing your shoulder blades together gently and then slowly release. You focus on keeping your shoulders relaxed, not shrugged up, pulling from your back, not just your arms, and moving slowly and with control. Aim for about 8 to 12 repetitions, 1 to 3 rounds. Choose a band that gives you some resistance but still feels manageable. This can be used again in that 10 to 30 minute window after a meal, or you can rotate it in with your other movements. For example, you could do a few minutes of walking, then a short set of rows. This gives you both movement and resistance, which is a powerful combination for blood sugar. Resistant band rows also help improve posture by strengthening the upper back, counteract the effects of sitting and screen time, and are very joint friendly.